I'm in Broome. Let's backtrack. I feel like the best lighting is right here in the bathroom. So I got a message this morning from someone that was in my broadcast channel, which you should join, by the way, on Instagram. And she was like, are you gonna vlog your Broome trip for YouTube? And I was like, no, but I will vlog my Japan trip. But then I got here and I was like, I can't not vlog this trip because, okay, there's many reasons. Because it's gonna be a really fun and exciting trip, and because I get to feel like, because most of you guys that follow me are in the northern hemisphere and you guys are in summer right now. Summer's popping off for you all, but I've been in winter, and I'm in WA, which is the western side of Australia, which is like almost like perpetual summer, and it is hot. I used to live in WA and I forgot how hot it was, but we are here and we're gonna be thriving. I need to take a shower because I haven't showered since like 6 AM and I feel really dirty and gross. But I am here with Mecca Max. Anyway, what did I say? There's many reasons why I wanted to vlog, but then today I arrived here. I arrived at this resort and I knew it was going to be naturey, but it's very naturey. We are like, I can see trees outside. It's actually reminding me so much of Bali right now, which I love, but I'm also a little bit stressed because I hate bugs, I hate wildlife. Any animal that I haven't willingly invited into my home or into my space is immediately an enemy, a threat, stress upon my life and my well-being and my mental health. So I arrive upstairs because my room is upstairs, which I'm so thankful for, which means that I'm not the first option for the bugs to come into, or any wildlife for that matter, because they have to take the stairs or scale the walls. I don't even want to think about the kinds of animals that scale walls. Anyway, I get to my hotel room, my resort room, and the door is ajar. The door is ajar. And I was like, hello, hello, because I was thinking maybe there was like, for some reason, maybe there was room service, but there wasn't. I don't know why the door was left ajar. I think maybe when they were setting everything up, they just didn't close it properly. So I did a full sweep of everything. I am safe for now. But I am in Broome with Mecca Max. If you are based in, I think, America, UK, no, maybe just America, I don't think you have access to these unless you like specifically ask them to send you some stuff from the Mecca Max collection. But everything else that they have on the Mecca website is available to you. But that's not what we're here for. We are here for Mecca Max stuff. That being said, we have a masterclass that we are attending in a very short amount of time. It is in 20 minutes. We're supposed to meet at 4 o'clock. So I'm going to get ready and get dressed very, very quickly because I can't be wearing these stinky clothes. But I will probably shower before dinner because my luggage only just arrived. I'm ready for dinner. I would also like to say that Western Australia, whilst there are many people from many places that live there, I would say that it is considerably less diverse than Melbourne. So I'm gonna have a really fun time here. Okay, I'm ready for my masterclass. I put my hair in a bun and I felt like it looked good with the dress. I'm wearing a long white dress. It's like a Skims dupe. It's from Supreme. And I feel like I should take a little bag with me. Yeah. There was wildlife here. It's little baby kangaroos. Look at them.
Okay, that's a masterclass.
Got a little setup here. Wow.
Product from Maxton is infused with squalane and niacinamide for good skin when the tint comes off.
A little bit of a moussey texture. So again, it's quite good in hot weather. It's not too sticky. I'm going to put a little bit of that one on. And I think, I mean, it's still pretty shiny bright, so I am going to pop a layer on makeup. Pulling out all the tricks here, so you can see. Love to use it with my hands. Whew. You can definitely use a brush if you like, but I just find with the hands it just melts into the skin. And I like to just do a thin layer. Right,
Very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. How do we know the color matches, guys? Really good.
It feels so good.
It looks good.
We've just finished at our masterclass and I used the skin tint, which was actually really good. I'm not entirely sure how they figured that they would have a shade for everyone, that they've got everyone covered. I feel like once they go into the deeper shades, it's kind of like almost a one-size-fits-all. So this feels a little bit dark for my skin, but I also feel like it looks quite nice. I feel like this is how dark I get when I'm in Perth and it's like the heat of summer. So I'll definitely be using this at some point when I get this dark again, which hasn't been in a long time, but it feels really nice and glowy. So I like it. I don't really want to talk about it, but I'm gonna talk about it. There was a dead lizard on the floor on the way here. That puts the critter count, I guess the critters, the little baby kangaroo wallaby things don't count, but that puts the count at 1. But we're not counting because we're not expecting to see more. I feel like this is gonna be the spot where we debrief. So upon further inspection and reflection, this may be not the shade for me. I don't know. I think it has to grow on me. It was nice in the sun and I feel glowy. I just don't feel like this matches this. And you know what's so crazy? I've got fake tan on as well. So right now I'm even deeper than I normally would be. I don't know if I have a photo of what I look like pre-tan, but I do have a video of when I tan. And it's not that I don't look dark, because obviously like I'm black, you know. I just look two-dimensional, a bit sallow. I wouldn't say pale, but it's not glowy and not as deep. You know what I mean? I feel like I look neutral. So if we thought about it in makeup shades, I would be neutral, and then once I tan, I become deep, right? But this is not this. So I can only imagine what this would have looked like before I did this. Maybe I should try the lighter one. But my default for any Australian brand that does makeup is to just always go for the darkest, because that will usually fit me. And the thing that kind of sucks a little bit is that it will fit me, but I know that there are people darker than me for sure, and it wouldn't fit them. So got a long way to go. But I did bring my own makeup, so we're gonna have a shower, wash my face, and get ready in 45 minutes. Whew. We are fresh. We are one skin tone now, and I'm going to do my skincare and get ready to head out. Dinner is actually in the same place where we just were, so I think they're gonna quickly reset the area so that we can enjoy ourselves. I'm trying to like hurry a little bit because I would like to catch the sunset. Okay, I'm gonna do my makeup, but I'm not gonna talk because I need to hurry. And I think I just need a new deodorant but this also isn't my usual Mitchum deodorant. I'm so insecure about sweating and being stinky, and Mitchum deodorant is the only one that really does it for me. Okay, let me just stop talking.
If I was a child, it didn't matter. If you got to wash your hands, give me back my girl that it was my girl. Shooting stars to a bitter broken heart. Oh, I wish I had it. But you sit down because you didn't care. No, you didn't care.
What am I gonna do?
baby. I look through the windows of this love, even though we put them up. We were black girl with a black girl, yeah. Took a little suitcase just to look like this. God said you're an angel, angel,
Okay, the makeup look is finished because I don't own anything pink. I do own pink stuff, but it wasn't like the dress code was resort, and any of the pink stuff I own is just like really fancy. So this was the look. This dress is from Singapore. It was like a boutique in Singapore, so I don't know where it's from. But my makeup is pink. I did a video trying out the different lip colors from the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Blur liquid lipstick line, and it was, oh my god, where did I put it? It was literally, oh here. This is Walk of No Shame Blur. It's so good, and when I got the lipsticks to try, Talita was like, oh, can I have Walk of No Shame? And I was like, yeah, for sure. If it suits you, it's not going to suit me. But look, it looks so good on me. I think I'll just buy it for her because I will not, because she's like, oh, we can share. I was like, I'm not sharing this. This is so nice. It's such a pretty color. I also put some on my cheeks. Obviously I have Java, which is the Benefit Cosmetics blush. That's my go-to blush everywhere, but I also used this on top of the blush and on my lips, and it was really, really good. I love these because they work so well. The same way that like lip tints or like tints in general work, you can use it everywhere and it sits so nicely. Oh, it just looks so good and it feels really moisturizing. Anyway, I digress. And then I use my Sigma eyeshadow palette, which is what I use. I have been using literally since, I want to say, the Barbie party, because I had zero ideas of what to do for my makeup, and then I just took the palette with me because I was like, oh, there's pinks in it, and I have not looked back. It is such a good palette. So yeah, I feel like I definitely look more resorty with this bag than any other bag that I have. So this is what I'm going to be using tonight, and it's off to dinner we go.
I've been thinking about this song.
Oh, sorry, I was just taking my camera out of my bag and it felt wet. Anyway, I don't have much to say except for it is 9:15. Just got back from dinner, and tomorrow we have to meet at reception at 5 a.m. So I'm gonna get ready for bed, go to sleep, and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It's 4 a.m.
Alright guys, good morning. Hannah.
It's a bit cloudy.
Atmospheric music.
So we arrived on this boat thing in the middle of water things to have breakfast. And we're gonna see sharks. And I had a bit of a nap on the plane ride, which is so nice. It's gonna be a fun day.
Different to the
the other shop. Like you can hear the tawny still have a pretty loud. They'll open their mouth and they're able to suck back their food. So they're eating kind of crabs, crustaceans, octopus, anything like that. And you can see in Steve's mouth or any of the other ones that stick their noses up. They've actually got quite a few teeth. They've got about 300 teeth. They're very, very small. They're like, there's one down there, a little yellow one. Fishing out here. The crew goes sometimes.
I would assume so. That song is like so stuck in my head, I can't get it out. Which one? Angel by it's in my head.
I love this dress. Thank you. It's a one piece. Frankie's cute. Oh my god, cute. I'm looking for a swimming suit for Italy. That's like Italy vibes.
Do you know who has really good ones?
Yeah.
Andrea Iyama. She's Nigerian.
I've heard of that brand.
I think you know they're amazing. But I don't think
type it in my notes if they don't have this set. How do you spell it?
That's okay. That's
ANDREAH.
Okay, guys, everyone who's ready in a life jacket.
IYAMAH, I think. Just had breakfast and now we're going on a speedboat. Very excited. Had half a coffee.
What's a TikTok you think to say? Scared? He's
Delulu.
I am back from a little day trip. Oh my god, I am so tired. We have like about an hour and 15 minutes to just chill before we have lunch by the pool. So I think I'm gonna sleep. I was falling asleep on the plane as well. Like, how can you fall asleep on such a tiny thing? But I was falling asleep on the plane on the way there and more so on the way back. I know that we saw some whales. I think like I woke up when everyone was like, ooh, whales, and I was like, huh? And I went back to sleep. But it was so much fun and I feel so thankful, and it's insane to me that it's only halfway through the day because we've been awake for like 8 hours already. So yeah, but it was so nice. It was so peaceful to just be out there with no reception, nothing, and just have so much fun. It's just so good. But I feel a bit like sick from the plane ride on the way back because we were doing like a lot of like dipping and it was a bit more shaky. So I think maybe the motion sickness was just not doing me any favors. But I got straight into my pajamas so that I could have a bit of a lie down, because after this I'm gonna have lunch by the pool and then probably go down to the beach. Like, I feel like when you're in WA, going to a pool is like a bit dumb because the beaches here are so beautiful. So my eyes, why are they so red? Okay, let me close them. Let me take a nap. The way that I didn't even take a nap and now I'm gonna be late for lunch. She's cute.
It really is.
I've just spent the last little like hour and a bit post lunch chilling by the pool reading. The book is okay. I don't like how it's written. I love the storyline, but I don't know. Yeah, I just don't like how it's written. We can go into that at another point in time. But I have about an hour and a half to get ready for dinner. Dinner is like a picnic, so I don't even think I'm gonna do anything crazy. I don't even think I'm gonna put makeup on. So I'm just gonna be really chill. And I think that's the plan. But I need to shower because I haven't showered since morning. So let's go get ready for dinner. Thought we'd have a chat whilst I do my skincare and get ready. It feels so good, like when you've spent the day by the pool or at the beach, you've just been in the sun makes you so sleepy, and then you take like a nice hot shower and just feel so clean. I love it. Anyway, we were talking, okay, so basically the Women's World Cup is happening right now, and we were talking about which team we were going to go for, and someone was like, my mom is going for England, even though she's lived in Australia for X amount of time. She has Australian kids now, and I was like, sometimes patriotism doesn't matter, you know. But then everyone else was like, yeah, it does, and I was like, guys, damn. But then I explained, I was like, for me personally, throughout this entire season, I go first for the team that is African, whatever African team is playing, or like black team, or the team with the most black people on it. Yes. And then England, and then Australia, or like England, Australia on the same level, okay, because of my background, okay, half British, half Australian in the sense, and fully Zimbabwean, obviously, but in terms of upbringing, half of my life has been in England and the other half has been in Australia. So I feel like I owe it to both countries, even though, anyway, we're not going to get into colonization, we're going into that. Let's just, a base level, today, Australia and England are playing. Now, I already decided to go for Australia because I feel like England has that, like, they've had their time with football. They've had their time. I don't know about like the women's team, probably not, but the Matildas, their come up has just been so amazing. So today, after dinner, we're going to walk over to, I think it's like the town hall, and that's where the Matildas game will be aired, all the way in Broome, which is so cool. I don't know if I can liken Broome to any, it's like it's the countryside. Yeah, I call it the countryside. It doesn't feel countryside because the countryside that I grew up going to was like green. This is like kind of desert, but not really. It's like by the beach. It's so nice. I think you saw all of like my footage from the plane. Such a beautiful place. Scary animals though, very scary animals. Crocodiles, sharks. Book that I'm reading right now. The storyline is fantastic, but you know what it makes me feel like? It feels like it's called A Crown of something. The one that I'm reading now is A Crown of Darkness, and this one, there was something before it. Anyway, this SPF, it was not doing this when I put it on before. I feel like it's a hit and miss. Anyway, maybe I need to put it on in layers. Yeah, maybe layers is the thing. Anyway, we're gonna keep rubbing it in whilst we talk, and we'll hope for the best. Actually, no, let me just leave it. I feel like if I leave it, it'll settle in. Anyway, what was I saying? I was saying something semi-important. Oh yes, also today, I almost used this as my face wash because I was that tired. Anyway, the book. If you've read like Sarah J. Maas, just like any of the fae fantasy, like the big ones, like the ones that are really good and really popular, you would know the vibe that they were going for, and I do believe that they achieved the vibe. The only thing that's throwing me off, I think, is the dialogue. Like, the storyline is great, it's just, and there's also some lines that the characters say that I'm like, you've said something similar to this before, you say this all the time. And there's also some that are really cliche. Like, one of the characters has like a literal darkness in him, and then he's like, you're my light, you keep the darkness at bay. Like we get it, but it's just a recurring theme, which I understand, but it's just the way that it is spoken about and the way that it's written, it makes it really feel like I'm reading a Wattpad book, which I love Wattpad, by the way, but I read it for free. If I'm paying for a book, if I paid $8 to read a book, I am expecting it to be publishing quality. And so it was just that part is just what's thrown me for a loop. Even some of the things that like they say, it's just, I just feel like it's a mix of all of the heavy hitting fantasy books, which is totally fine, because I'm like, if I wrote a fantasy book, it would probably be a mixture of all of the ones that I love. But for me, it's just glaringly obvious. And the reason why I loved all of the other fantasy books is that they felt so different from each other, but this one just feels like every single trope that you could think of, it's in there. Every single character that you could also think of is in there. Like, and you know, I do love these characters. Like the one character that everyone is afraid of, that has this epic power that even like the most powerful creatures are afraid of, and the Oracle is afraid of their future, but nobody knows exactly what she is. And it's always a she. I love those characters because it's like, unless they have like a plan for the character later on, and it's like already like written out there, which is why I like the way Sarah J Maas did it, because it seemed like she had a plan already for Amryn. But sometimes when you have a character who's kind of like undefined and gray like that, I find that writers use them as an excuse to fill in little plot holes. But we'll see where that character goes. And that's another thing. So like, because there's this whole I don't want to ruin the book. I'm not going to ruin the book. But there's this whole plot situation, and I feel like they use that to fill in gaps as well. So like they add things to a character that they weren't there in book 1, but in book 2 they're like, oh yeah, and so is this, which I only found out after this. And I'm like, okay. So, but I still eat it up. I will eat any fantasy book up. And obviously I'm not a writer, so I can't speak on it that heavily unless I have actually written anything. Why is this roll on like this? Jeez. But that's my thoughts on that book. I honestly also don't really have negative opinions on books that much, because I don't read books to be all like smart. I read books to escape from reality and to have a good time. And I will also read trashy writing. I read this vampire teenage book, and one of my friends, when she found out that I was reading it, because she also wants to be a writer, but she went on this tangent about how like really bad writers like get away with writing these novels. It's like an 8-part book series, and it's really cringy. Some parts are really cringy, but I still eat it up. And she was just upset because she was like, but there's people writing real stuff. I was like, sometimes we want a sexy, morally gray man, boy, whatever, with a young woman that was previously known as weak but had some secret untapped power. That's all we want. Anyway, we just want that, but different fonts. So I'm really not that fussed, to be honest, because I read the same way people watch like reality TV. So it's actually fine for me. So that's why I'm still reading this book. I don't pick up a book, see the writing, and I'm like, ugh. I stay for the plot. I watched all of Shadowhunters. I stayed purely for the Alec and Magnus storyline and the plot, because some of that acting, and once again, I'm not an actor, but some of the acting was unbearable, and that's totally fine. I just love the story. In case you were wondering, I'm still following my policy of don't look up and don't look down. Yesterday, I almost stepped on a frog, and it was scary, but I'm headed to the reception now for dinner.
Yeah, there's so many people.
So we are at the beach and we're having dinner. This is so cute. So basically we thought it was like, they said beach picnic, so I was like, okay, we're gonna be sitting on the ground, but it's like a whole table set up. When we were walking down, I was like, oh my gosh, this looks like a proposal, but it's so nice. We got my champagne. It's a beautiful evening. Good morning. Oh, hold on a minute. Ew. Good morning. I hate to start the day with problems, but we have an issue. I haven't been taking my pills, and I tried to find them, and like I don't think I packed them, which is, I was like, it's okay, I'll take them again when I get home. And usually when I travel anywhere, I pack at least one pair of period undies. Anyway, I am now on my period, and I'm not supposed to be. I have nothing. I always ask the hotel, but I know someone has tampons, but I hate tampons. Anyway, breakfast is in like an hour, so gonna go get ready. No. Okay, it's time to check out. We're at the beach and we're about to go kayaking. We had to fill out this medical form and we had to like write how good our swimming was, whether it was like strong, weak, or just can't swim. I put weak, but I probably should have put can't swim. But we'll see how I go. If you don't hear from me again, then yeah.
She does, yeah. Yeah.
Wine on planes these days or not?
Guys. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know where to start this story. This is the end of my Broome vlog, by the way. This is my outro. This is my debrief. The whole trip was beautiful, was amazing. I don't know if when the last time I updated you on where I was, what was happening was. But let me do this whilst I get my lunch. Zach, okay, we'll get to that part of why I'm eating what I'm eating and why I love my boyfriend. First of all, our flight got delayed. We were supposed to land in Melbourne at 11:30, but instead our flight got delayed to land in Melbourne at 12:30. Anyway, the flight got delayed, and instead of arriving around like 11 something, we arrived around 12. We waited maybe 30-40 minutes for our luggage. Not even that, hold on. Before that, we were waiting at the airport, and as we were waiting at the airport, there was construction happening, so it wasn't even like a peaceful wait. Obviously, there's only the specific, because like airports are airports, like they're always busy, so I guess you have to do the construction when you can. But yes, we get to Melbourne, we're waiting for our luggage. There's only, mind you, there's only 2 other flights that arrived in Melbourne. So 1 flight from Sydney, which was ours, and then 2 from Perth. We're waiting for our luggage. Our luggage finally comes out. We say our goodbyes. We're like, oh my god, okay, we're gonna go to our Ubers. We're gonna go get Ubers. The line for the Ubers, oh my gosh, it was horrific. Also, my Uber app wasn't working. I found out why. Oh my god, my Uber app wasn't working. My internet wasn't working. I was like, what is going on? The internet's not working. I tried texting Zach, not working. I'm freaking out, but I'm like, okay, it's okay. I have my business card with me. I can just go get a taxi. No taxis at that time. I think my friends were able to get taxis later, but then I was like, okay, let me just, the Sky Bus is literally right there. So the Sky Bus takes you to the city. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get the Sky Bus, and then I'm gonna take a taxi from the Sky Bus, because I won't have to wait for a taxi at the airport, which took a long time apparently, and I won't have to wait for a taxi at the Sky Bus at Southern Cross Station, where the Sky Bus would stop, because it won't be that busy. Anyway, I buy a Sky Bus ticket. I get on the bus and I'm trying to figure out what is going on. Like, why can't I text? Why can't I call? why isn't my internet working? I finally get Wi-Fi. I was so close to tears. I finally get Wi-Fi on the bus for like 10 minutes and it goes away, and I explained to Zach where I'm at. I'm exhausted, I'm tired. The line for the Ubers was ridiculously long. I was really upset because I just wanted to go home. And then my internet stops working completely. So I arrive at Southern Cross Station. I arrive. And the first taxi I see, and I'm like, hey, can you take me to where I live? He's like, no, you have to go down there. And I was like, can you, okay. She didn't even explain why I had to go to another section. Anyway, so I just thought he was just saying no. And then I find another one, and I'm like, hey, can you take me to like where I live? And then he was like, takes his sweet time. And I thought he was gonna say no. And then he was like, okay, that'll be $30. And I was like, okay. And then, you know, I get in, and I'm still so upset. I'm literally going to cry because of how tired I am. I'm like, my phone's not working. I can't contact Zach. I couldn't get an Uber to just take me straight home. I had to take a bus. And do you know what time it was at this point? It was like 1 a.m., like 1:20, 1:30 a.m. So I was exhausted, and I had to like lift my suitcase was heavy. My suitcase was overweight, and I had to lift it up onto this like high shelf on the bus by myself. This guy helped this other girl, but he didn't help me. Anyway, and I was so upset. And how can you finish all of the spam in 2 days? This is what living with a boy is like. I have to go buy some more. Why didn't you replace it? I was really looking forward to that. You know what? Let me eat some of your fried rice then. Anyway, I finally get home. And I go upstairs. Zach was gonna meet me downstairs, but I told him I was gonna be there in 15 minutes. I ended up being there in 10. And so as I opened the door to get in, he opens the door, and I just see him, and I just burst out into tears because I'm like, I was just so tired, and I just wanted to come home. I wanted to see you. I wanted to shower. I wanted to eat, and I wanted to sleep, but I couldn't. And he was like, it's okay, it's okay. You're home now, it's fine. And then he was like, I'm gonna complain, because I discovered when I tried to call Zach, my phone was barred because I hadn't paid my bills. But my bills are direct debit, and they always come out, and I didn't know that I was overdue. I was overdue 2 bill payments. I didn't get any texts, didn't get any emails, didn't get anything. And then I was like, what the heck? So he's made a formal complaint on my behalf. He's also taken to Reddit, which is his favorite place to vent out his frustrations because he finds like-minded people. So anytime something, like I get a minor inconvenience, I guess that wasn't really a minor inconvenience. He's always like, I'm gonna write a complaint. I'm gonna write a formal complaint. Which he's done successfully for so many things that have happened, especially with my travel, and I've been reimbursed. He really fights on my behalf. Anyway, and he was like, oh, I got us some food for you to eat for when you came back. And he got me congee, which is like my favorite comfort meal. And then I cried again, and as I was eating, I just had these tears. Just had these tears streaming down my face, and I was like, just the whole time. Anyway, I'm home now, which is so stressful. But you know what else? I'm on my period. So, but I'm glad I'm on my period now instead of whilst I was away. I was supposed to go to the benefit stand in Maya to get my eyebrows like tinted and laminated. But when I woke up, I was in so much pain. I was in so much pain, and I was like, I actually can't do this because I also had work that was due that for extenuating circumstances I couldn't do before I left. And so I couldn't go. And then I emailed them and I was like, hey. Oh no, I didn't email them, I DM'd them. And they saw it 3 hours ago and they haven't replied. So that's that. And I finished the work that I needed to finish. I haven't unpacked. I only unpacked what I needed to shower. And I have an event tonight with Stacks. So I'm very excited though. But I'm just gonna eat and relax. I finished my book as well today because I was like, you know what? Whilst I'm suffering in bed, I might as well finish my book. So I did get to rest a little bit this morning. But that is the end of my vlog. That is, I have debriefed you successfully. I'm gonna go live my life. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. I'm so thankful to Mecca Max for taking me. I actually feel really rested and rejuvenated. The kayaking was hard, very hard, and my arms are so sore, but I feel really good. I feel really fresh. I managed to get a little, did I get a little tan? I don't even know if you can even see it. Anyway, I did get a bit darker. Woo! I love being dark. It's so fun. Anyway, also, before I go, I've had so many Zimbabweans tell me I don't look Zimbabwean, and yesterday was the final straw. This girl, she looked at my thing. She's like, "Oh, Tatenda, Zimbabwean?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Huh, you don't look Zimbabwean at all." And I was like, "Well, what do I look like then?" I was so annoyed. And she was like, "I don't know." I was like, okay. So I ordered a 23andMe DNA test to see what else I have in me, to figure out, because so many Zimbabweans don't think that I look Zimbabwean. And then I have lots of Sudanese people, South Sudanese people, saying, like, assuming that I'm from South Sudan. And I also got Malawi one time. Anyway, so we're gonna figure it out, and when I get it, I'll let you know what's going on. But I digress. Thank you so much for watching this vlog, and I cannot wait to take you with me to Japan. I just sprung that on you. I'll explain in another vlog, but I'm going to Japan and I'm so excited. I will see you when I see you. Bye. Mwah.